And well, thanks for coming. Oh, it's been a while since I've been live, and to be honest, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. Probably a good 4 or 5 weeks, I think. Um, yeah, so I'll just wait for my comments to start coming through so I can see who's in. And but meanwhile, how are you all doing? Terry Regan, nice to see you here. Thanks for coming along. I don't think I've ever seen you in one of these lives before, but thanks for joining. Um, yeah, yeah, I don't know. There's been quite a few things going on, and I was going to go through why I've not been posting for the past few weeks on this, while we're all here on the stream talking, and then I was also going to maybe go through a few of the news articles for the week and anything that's about veganism to see if we can. That's if Cherie doesn't have me playing out of her speakers here doing some kind of like, feedback thing. "Hi, Joy, you okay?" It's really weird. I'm using, Restream, and its chat is really behind YouTube's, I think. So, I can see that there's other people in the other one, but I'm just gonna open my other YouTube one to see who's actually in, 'cause I can't wait for that thing to catch up. It's being a pain. Oh, actually, just as I say it, it starts working. There you go. The real thing. "Hi, how are you?" Okay, I'm just gonna get the other chat. Oh, no, actually, it started working fully now, so I'm wasting my time. Toby, are you okay? Yeah. So, as I'll say hello to everyone as they come up on my chat anyway. Oh, vegan gays. I have recently started using Restream, so I can use Twitch. Hope you well. Yeah. It's okay. It seems pretty reliable. One thing that I would say vegan gays is, leave it a few weeks of being joined to it, and then go and say you're gonna leave, so quit, and then they, like, half price it for you, like, for a lifetime. So that's what I did, so I'm paying half price for it. So that's really, really good. Michael, how are you doing? Grumpy vegan granddad, back like a bad cold. Well, you talk about illness, you've not been well, have you, on that holiday of yours? Oh, shouldn't give that away. You've got a video coming up, I suppose. Won't be in the chat, won't be listening. Hope you've been okay. Yeah, I've been okay. Things have been happening, Ellie. But I'll go through that now because I think for people who've been watching me for a while now, at least should say why I stopped making videos for the last 4 weeks. Really, shouldn't I? It's only fair when I think about it. So yeah, a few things have happened. One of the things, and I won't go too in depth about this one because it's about one of my children. But my daughter Bella goes to normally in a school quite near us. Had all sorts of issues there. None of them were her fault. She's a great kid. Oh, Ang Harrod, nice to see you. It's been a while since you've been in here. Nice for you to come along. Really appreciate it. And yeah, so I've had to pull her out of that school that she was in through some safeguarding issues and some other things that have gone on there, and now she's here with me at home. I've had to come off work and be here for her during this time. So it's quite big changes for her and me at that point. But we do have a tutor coming in because while I know some things, I don't know everything. I know I try to make out I know everything in life, but there are certain things like I don't know English. No, I'm kidding. I know some of that. Maybe geography. I am poor at geography. I'll give you that. So she needs a tutor here anyway. So she's here for the foreseeable future with me, and I'm sort of caring for her. So that's been a big change. So we've been trying to get a grip of that, figure out how that's going to work out, and that sort of really inhibited my ability to make videos. And I think the other Terry says he is the first time here, but I'm glad you are here. That's very good. So the other reason why I have not been making videos is 'cause I've not been particularly well, to be fair. I mean, not to bring the lockdown word into things, but before lockdown, I'd lost 14 stone in English money. I don't know what you call it. I always forget what it is. It's a lot of weight anyway. It's 14 stone, which is 14 pounds a stone. You can do the maths. I can't work it out. So I'd lost a lot of weight anyway. And I'd improved my health, got rid of a lot of illnesses, like a lot of people who watch regularly would have known. And that was all on a whole foods vegan way of eating, which is absolutely amazing for you. But during lockdown, I let things slip. I started eating like vegan food still. But I started eating crisps. Oh, 196 pounds I lost, Cherie says. Well, So during lockdown, started eating crisps. The gym's all shut. I got lazy, started working from home, sitting on my backside a lot more. Gained about 3.5 stone in total at the maximum, I think. Which is a lot of weight. But to be fair, if I hadn't been vegan, I'd have probably put the lot back on. If it'd been in animals and everything that comes out of animals, I can definitely say that I would have probably put all the weight that I'd lost back on because I was really struggling during lockdown, like a lot of people were. But when I struggle big time, and I really have a massive ability to gain weight. Can you plug my live next Tuesday, Mark? Open mic. So, oh yeah, Grumpy's got a live next Tuesday. It's an open mic. Yeah, you should go along. Yeah. So yeah, it's Dave's allotment. Nice to see you here as well. So yeah, my health took a bit of a downturn at no point during my self decline of health, my own choice through sitting around eating junk, did I ever think at one point I should start eating animals again? That's never in my mind. Obviously, I just. But I got in a bit of a slump psychologically, and other things that have happened with family. I got a bit down. Hi, Garuda, you okay? Real thing, you okay too? So yeah, it's like the real thing says, tucking into too many crisps, high stuff like peanut butter, vegan treats and cakes, which I never used to touch when I first went vegan. All that came flooding in, sat at the desk home working, and yeah, I gained about 3.5 stone, I would say, which is a lot of weight. More than that, I think sitting on my backside as well. And all the gains that you made at the gym, all the health and the cardiovascular health and so if it all starts to wane a little bit, it starts to go backwards. So now, last 4 weeks since I've not been making videos, there is a point to me going through all that. The last 4 weeks that I've not been, obviously, just before I say that, Paul from Hench Herbivore, etc., has been offering me advice. He's been trying to help me, but unless unless it clicks in your head, unless you've got that motivation, that switch, to sort of really sort of push forward with your health again, no amount of encouragement or anything can really helps, because it's all up here, and then if you can't get past it, you can't get past it. So yeah, it's a bit of a struggle for me. It has been, as for many. But last 4 weeks, I've quit my gym and I've gone back to the gym I was doing really well at when I first went vegan. So I'm in my old sort of stomping ground with exercise, if you will. I've also gone back to whole foods, and I'm also really I'm on the ball with it. I'm really watching it, making sure that I'm not eating any of the rubbish. I'm not having any more of the vegan butters, any more of the crisps, and so maybe some people can eat these now and again, but I can't do it. Once I have one little thing, it's hard to say. Once you pop, you just can't stop. And I won't mention that famous brand of crisps, and it's very true for me. But with my health history and whatever, it's just not something I should have done, and I really should have been more on the ball during the last couple of years. But I'm back on the right path now. I'm getting my health back on track. I've already lost in the last 4 weeks 14 pounds, which is really good. So my weight's back on course. So it's going down. But more and more importantly than that, I think even more than weight, if there is such a thing, my health's feeling better. I've been going back to the gym. I've been going 4 or 5 times a week, really staying for an hour and a bit of time. You know, making big differences. Doing a lot more exercise, weights, doing obviously, like I say, resistance exercises, and also doing an awful lot of well, not an awful lot, some cardio as well. Michael, thanks very much. Yeah, it's really good to be back on track. But I think what really was necessary is I had to have the last 4 weeks with everything that's going on with Bella and and everything that's going on I needed to focus to sort of get me back on track, and get myself in a position where I had a bit of a running start, if you if you will. Obviously, I am now able maybe to give it a little bit of a run. But yeah, it's so I think now I'm back on track. I'm heading the right direction. Weight's going down. Fitness levels are going up. So it's about time I got myself back to in a routine of making videos on YouTube. Trying to stand up for the animals while also, so I've got everything planned out. So many hours a day for editing, so many hours a day for the gym, so many hours to do other things. But I needed the last 4 weeks to really focus in and start going the right way. Yeah, thanks, Toby. I appreciate that. Yeah, Garuda, stay away from the greasy vegan food. Try to avoid fries and crisps. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to. I'm back off for any kind of oil, any processed oils. I get fats from avocados, nuts, and seeds, etc. But I'm not getting any more fats from oils and spreads or anything. I'd slipped it. Don't tell Paul from Hench Herbivore. I had slipped into terrible habits of eating vegan processed oil, which no, now there's a debate whether or not that is healthy for your heart or whatever in the vegan community. But what it's not healthy for is trying to lose weight because the amount of calories in a very small amount of oil is huge. So the heart health aside, it's not good for when you're trying to lose weight for absolutely sure. So thanks very much there, Dan, for asking everyone to thumb up the stream. Um, so can I scroll on? Oh, I can scroll on this side. Are there any questions up here, Cherie? So, has anyone got any questions for me or anything they'd like to ask me before I keep rambling on? I've got other things to talk about, but put some stuff in the chat so I know what you've got. If you've got any sort of the other thing I meant to say as well, and this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think one of the biggest things for me when I first started to lose weight and get healthy was accountability. So it was I was going to a local sort of slimming club, even though I wasn't following any sort of like any of the plans that they was doing where they had meat and all that sort of stuff. I was doing my Whole Foods vegan, but the purpose for me of going there was to have that weekly weigh in on the scales where you have to stand and look at somebody and you have to stay up in front of the group and say what you'd lost. Now it's not for everyone because not everyone wants that, but it gives me drive to know that I have to then I've got go there and get weighed and have accountability for what I've eaten and what I've exercised and what I've done in that week. So yeah, I've joined it again, the same one as I used to go to, the same way as I've gone back to my old gym to sort of get that old feeling back, the old Rocky feeling, of getting yourself back on track. So I'm hoping that helps as well. So I'm back there. The real thing, what did you end up doing at camp out? Did you get recorded? Unfortunately, I couldn't go to camp out with everything that's gone on with my health and with having all the changes with Bella being now at home, and also Cherie has a very poorly relative who's on end of life care, and basically they thought that she was going to maybe die that weekend, so they thought she was going to pass. So Cherie had to go spend some time with her and the family that weekend just in case. She's still hanging on, but it's unfortunately not going to be long now. So that I couldn't make the camp out, unfortunately. Um, you pinning some questions here, Sheree? Have you got any tips or hacks you found helpful for staying away from certain foods? Yeah, don't buy them in for a start, because that was the other thing. I knew I shouldn't have like some of these things in like Chris and Pringle. Pringle. I've said the name now, Pringles and whatever in the house, but had them in anyway. It's hard to do, I suppose, when you've got kids because they want them, but they're no good for them anyways. If they're not good enough for my stomach, they're not good enough for the kids, really, are they? So none of us should be buying them. But yeah, we've stopped buying a lot of the junk now. We don't buy vegan cakes or vegan ice creams or anything like that anymore because they're tasty. They're not harming animals, so that's a bonus. But when you're trying to get healthier and lose weight, it's just not the way forward. So we've knocked them on the head. We don't get them in. Garuda, olives are a good snack if you plan your sodium intake for the day. Yeah, I used to really like eating olives. I have knocked them on the head a bit because obviously they're always in a lot of salt and whatever. So I've been trying to um, keep the salt levels down, for heart health and blood pressure and whatever. But yeah, they are a nice snack for sure. Um, Grumpy, are you ever going to come to Tulip Vigil? You must be out of excuses now. I got some more excuses up my sleeve there, Dan. To be fair, I could use many, many things. I could fake a twisted ankle. No, I'm kidding. I do keep meaning to go, and things do keep getting in the way of me going to the vigil, and things that I should have been able to overcome in certain days. I could have maybe pushed them to the side and gone along, but as I said, I'm not using this as an excuse, but I am a bit. Couple of years, gained a few stone, not feeling the best health wise as much as I could do. A little bit embarrassed as well because I'm on the internet, telling everyone, how much better I feel on the vegan way of eating, which I do, and I've still lost a considerable amount of my excess weight, and I have none of my old illnesses back, which is great. But when you're there and you're trying to be an advocate for the animals, you want to do present the best image you possibly can. So when you've gained a bit of weight, you don't I don't the confidence dips a little bit. You don't feel like going out in public as much. And it's a little bit of a cycle where you end up just staying in the house more, and then you don't then you get it's why I wasn't, hadn't gone back to the gym and I hadn't done this because it's I don't know, it's up here again. It's the brain that keeps you down. But I'm pushing through that now. Back at the gym, I'll start going places again. Weight's coming off, so my confidence will rise, and I'll feel a lot better. Yeah, not buying junk food is easier said than done. That is true. But I think you need to. This sounds awful. I think when I first went vegan, my health was really in the toilet. It was completely terrible. I was 34 stone, which is like 450, 460 pounds. Is it Sheree? I think something like that. Which is terrible. And I was at rock bottom at that point, so I made the choice and I stuck to it, and I was doing really well. And I think I've hit not nowhere near as bad as that, but I've hit a little bit of a bottom here. I don't feel very well. I can tell that I'm psychologically getting a bit reclusive and a little bit down, and I've hit a bit of a bottom, if you will. So now this is going to help me hopefully, go up, and I'll move forward at that. Oh, yeah, there we go. 215 kilograms. That sounds a lot. Um, anything else on here, Sheree? Okay, so yeah. Anyway, I'm intending to make a lot more videos now. Um, moving forward, gonna really put some effort in, make sure I'm doing the content. As I say, feeling a lot better place mentally. We're settled a little bit more at home with what we're doing. So I'm gonna start making weekly videos, at least a couple. So we're back in business. Dave's allotment. Hello, Level Joy, the best vegan singer on YouTube. She is. Um, I was going to say, Joy sent me a great video, which again I've not had a chance to upload in the last couple of weeks, which was about sort of like a crossover with Viva the Super Vegan and the Mooncat. So I'm going to get that edited a bit and uploaded. So it's a good fun video, and she does a good job on there. So that's good. Um, yeah, Garuda's saying a yoga mat, but the gym's open. It's around the corner. I'm okay going there. And to be fair, if I have to rely on my own, if I'm in the house, I find distractions and I don't do it. It's nice to have a place where you just go and you're out of this environment. And yeah, it's definitely a better for me that way. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to check something. I'm going to go through a few of the news stories that are that are in the on the net at the moment. Just going to see if I can rope somebody to come in and have a chat with me about it. Yeah, yeah. I've asked Joy to come on and go through some of these some of these news articles with me that are all about at the moment. Obviously, who is Dan? Well, you can, but he's not prepared. Tree. I've not warned him in advance. I'm not going to repeat that. I'm sorry if anyone heard that. Dan, whatever Cherie said about it was not my fault. So yeah, we've got a few news stories. I've asked Joy from Level Joy to come on and go through a few of the things in the news at the moment to do with veganism. So she's just thrown on her emergency pant. I always tell her at the last minute, so she has to rummage. I don't know why the woman's always bottomless. I mean, she walks around constantly without pants on, and then panics at the last minute because she has to do something and requires pants. Wear pants. That's what. Just wear pants. Yeah, that's my top tips for Joy. Wear pants. So has anyone got any other questions about anything? If you've got any recommendations about what I should cover in some videos and stuff as well, or you've got any recommendations on how to keep on track when they're trying to lose weight or whatever, give me a shout. Have you tried meditation while listening to serenity music? It always calms my mind. That's a really good idea, Garuda. I like that idea. I've also got some. I don't know how good they are because I've not really been listening to that much yet. Some of these sort of self hypnosis virtual gastric bands, if you will, to sort of like discourage you from feeling the need to eat as much. So I'm going to give those a go as well to see if they can help get me out of this slump. I think I'm out of the slump now, so I might be all right anyway. Have you seen the new Red Tractor advert on? No, I haven't seen the new Red Tractor advert. Tell me about that, Toby. I have missed that one. I think I've not been really looking as much at vegan YouTube and YouTube in general for the last few weeks, so I probably missed quite a few things. So anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll go through a few things that I've seen online and see what other people's opinion of these. Been catching up the last couple of days, and I think I've missed a few things to be fair. So let's have a look. Well, I know I'll wait for Joy, and hopefully she's found some pants and joined before I go through anything. No, so yeah, if you want to let me know what that red tractor thing is, then yeah, that'd be great, Toby. Yeah, I'm gonna put some headphones on as well because if Joy's coming on, I'm gonna need to hear her. So I'm gonna put some headphones on. Hey, there we go. All right, so it's lies about how animals are treated. Uh, what do you think? Dave's saying, what do you think about the increasing cost of living crisis? I think it's an absolute nightmare, to be fair. I mean, as I said, because we've had a drop in income because I've had to come and look after Bella from home. So we're really feeling the pinch at the moment, to be fair. And it's just amazing. We've started shopping at some of the cheaper shops, such as Aldi and Lidl, etc. Because if you go into any mainstream supermarkets in the UK, like Tesco, Asda, you'll literally get a third of the amount for the same price. Uh, Joy's on her way, unless that's code for pants in some way. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. Fuel, food, the energy bills are terrible. I've had to switch my energy because we were with British Gas, and they tried to put my bill up from 180, a month, which I already thought was extortionate, and they wanted to put up to I think it was 335 a month for gas and electric, which is beyond. So we've switched to a different provider now, and they're thinking it's about £100 less than that, so 225. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, everything is ridiculous. Yeah, I really like Aldi as well, Garuda. It's a good shop. Terry, also, I won't associate with ARA anymore as I found the truth of what they did to evoke total defamation, etc. All right, okay, right. Um, so she still says she's putting some pants on, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna get this first story up, and we'll have a look through this. Give me a second. Okay, that's not working. All right, that's oh, I see. Clicking the wrong button there. So here we go. Oh, I don't like that though. Let's go like that. There we go. So the first one, I mean, you probably already heard this. I think there were some channels talking about it, but I'm late to the game. Maybe it's a few days ago. This now, and in internet land, that's probably a long time. But the internet was having a bit of a meltdown about Gordon Ramsay's video. I think it was on TikTok where he was saying he crawled into, like, you can see him there. He went into like a little pen with a lot of baby lambs in there, and was saying, "Oh, which one's going in the oven first? You know, which one am I going to eat?" And then he was picking out a lamb which he was going to slaughter. There's been outrage about it, according to the news. Anyway, I'm not sure. Maybe the news people are exaggerating, but I think one of the comments that I read on TikTok was, "I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian, but you've crossed the line, Ramsey." And I was saying, how is he crossing the line any more than you are? Yeah, he's mocking them a little bit, which is unacceptable, and he's crawling there and he's picking one face to face while it's still alive. But if you've got a lamb roast in your house on a Sunday or whatever other day, or any other kind of animal, you know better than him. That's what I say. I mean, that's my opinion. So this fake outrage that people have for Gordon on this point when they're not vegan or well, not vegan. I don't. I'm not going for vegetarian. But if you're not vegan, then you're absolutely no better. So I don't see I don't see the point in moaning about it. Either go vegan and then complain, or keep your mouth shut. It doesn't make any sense. Dave's allotment saying, Mark, did you you did the right thing changing electrified it because 180 pounds a month is far too. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I support animal use, but how dare you support animal abuse? That's exactly it, Michael. I mean, it's like I'm. It's like I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy, but say you've got Gordon Ramsay breaking into somebody's house on the television and stealing, and he's stealing something, and then like there's a burglar at home typing. I can't believe he's gone there and done some burgling. I'm going to make a stern comment on this TikTok video. It's like, no, it's absolutely no different. DJ PJ, hello, Tom's dad. Hello, hello, DJ PJ. Nice. Tom's my lad. Tom's one of my sons. Well, thanks for coming then. So yeah, the moral outrage, considering that these people were eating meat as well. It was just crazy. Okay, be careful. Be careful, Dylan, giving any of your details around on the internet. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Come on, Joy. You must have some pants on right by now. You can't just like walking around pantless the whole time. Um, what is your opinion of the American Nutrition and Dietetics removing the paper where vegan says a vegan diet is good for all stages of life on their website? Now, I didn't know they'd done that, to be honest, Garuda, and it makes very little difference to me personally, because I've got children that are vegan. I'm vegan. My wife's vegan, and we're all different ages, and we're all doing pretty well. So, um, yeah, I think that's is there a reason why they've removed it? I'd have to read more into it, but if anyone knows the reason why that was removed, let me know. Non-vegans complaining about how Gordon Ramsay treated these lambs shows the double standards they have. Yeah, it definitely does. I'm going to see if the now fully panted Joy is waiting to come on. So I'm not sure. She may be still putting pants on. Okay. No, she's definitely got pants on. Here we go.
Hi.
Hello. You okay?
Can confirm that I still do not have pants on.
You don't have pants on.
No, I'm wearing a dress.
There we go. We'll put it like that. It was removed. Come on, Garuda. It's not misinformation. There's got to be more to it than that. I'd have to investigate it before I form an opinion now.
Oh, we're talking about Gordon Ramsay?
No, yeah, I was talking about Gordon Ramsay. Garuda's talking about the American Nutrition Dietetic Society removing veganism is suitable for all stages of life from their webpage,
Okay.
which I didn't
Yeah.
know. Do you know anything about that, Joy?
No, I don't know anything about it. Like I don't mind people actually saying that they don't recommend veganism as a diet because it's not a diet. It's way too broad. So,
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine. It's veganism's probably got no place in a diet and whatever society's wording anyway. But I don't know. But let's have a look. What do you reckon to Gordon Ramsay? Have you seen anything of this?
I've seen this very brief fragment of him doing this, and I've seen that a lot of vegans have responded to it. I haven't had the time to really look into it, to be honest. But
No,
I saw the first fragment, and I just thought, okay, why is this man's target audience like 12-year-old edgelords? He's supposed to be like a chef, right?
Yeah, you would thought so. And
Yeah, I don't get it because there were older fragments of him, saying how bad he felt every time, he felt bad about the process, right? I remember something like that seeing, and this just seems kind of, what do you call it? When someone is distanced, or
yeah,
jaded.
I mean, seeing him. I mean, how many times have they're going? Oh, it's terrible because he's mocking the lambs in some way. A lot of people are saying, but
Mm.
you get people mocking other animals all the time. When I used to work at my old place of work, people go, "Oh well, the pigs are tasty." That God shouldn't have made them so tasty if they weren't meant to be eaten. That's mockery. Mockery's nothing new. So I mean, there should be a backlash. There should be a backlash for him trying to harm these animals in the first place. But I just think it's very hypocritical for people who are saying, "I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian," but no, this has gone too far. Yeah, yeah, you eating them's
It's
going
not like
too
the
far.
lamps, really care about what precisely he's saying. I'm sorry, is that bothering you? There's someone in with a motorcycle who really
It is a
needs
bit
everyone
loud
to
to be
know.
Joy, but you won't be able to
Sorry.
get up because of the lack of pants.
Let me try and fix that.
It's okay. She's fully clothed. It's fine. Joy, yeah, her accent is pretty cool. I'll give you that, Michael. Um, she's back.
Oh
She's
my god,
back.
my
She's
hair.
almost back.
I haven't really. I don't know why, but every single time I'm recording, someone with a motorcycle decides to go out like clockwork.
Yeah, they're always loud. But yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Really. I mean, if you're going to have any outrage, it shouldn't just be against Gordon for being in there. The thing is, the outrage isn't even the fact that he eats lamb generally and other animals. The outrage is that he's sneaking there, picking one. It's a very funny one. Gordon Ramsay is shown when he had young kids on his show to see how good they are as cooks. That is why
Yeah.
12-year-old girls and boys love Ramsay.
I remembered that. That was like a show where they taught kids how to, cook and stuff, and he didn't scream at them like he did in like Nightmare Kitchen and stuff. But
No, yeah, but
yeah,
he's a strange one.
I just don't get like the lambs are not going to care about what he says. Maybe they, you could argue that maybe they're a little bit scared by the way that he moves towards them,
Yeah,
or maybe he's stressing them out a little bit. But
yeah, and he's a
what is that
knobhead for
really
doing it.
compared to
He's an
what they
absolute
deal with
knobhead,
every day?
but he's a knobhead anyway, and he was a knobhead before he did that. And he eats animals. He promotes cooking animals and killing animals. He's just a bit of a shit, really. So, it's of no surprise. I don't know why people get excited, get all worried about it. So the other thing that I was going to talk about, before we go into another news story, Joy, I was going to say to you, did you hear what I had to say about health and me gaining a few pounds?
I missed a very short section, but I was there at the beginning of the stream. If that's what you mean, like, what did
Yeah,
you?
I was just telling everyone I'm back on track now. I had a bit of a time, gained about 3 stone, which is over. It could be. Is that nearly 40 pounds or something, Sheree? It's kind of a lot for. Yeah,
14, 14 pounds. What you said is about almost 90 kilos, I think.
no.
But
6.35 kilograms. I sort of gained during lockdown and everything, but it's all coming off. Know what? I've lost it. Anyway, I'm losing weight. I'm back at the gym. I'm doing well, so it's all good. It's all good. But let's go on to another story, Joy. Did you hear this one? A mum of 5 dies after an allergic reaction to eating a vegan Pret wrap that contained milk.
oh, that's tragic. That's awful.
It is. It seems like she went into anaphylactic shock after eating something that was labeled as vegan, and it had trace amounts of dairy in it.
That's so
I mean,
scary. Yeah.
this is one of the problems that we have. I mean, when they put in the little small print on the bottom of a lot of food, may contain milk and things like this, but they still a lot of the time, obviously maybe listing as something as vegan or whatever. Um, it
They have to legally put it on there for stuff like this. I'm somebody with allergies as well. So this, it really sucks for me when people at restaurants or people who sell food do not really take this kind of stuff seriously, and I think that it's a fad. This was a huge thing when people all of a sudden went gluten free, and options were shown to be gluten free, but turned out not to be, and people die from that. People get really seriously hurt from that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tragic.
Yeah, I've known people, and there's people I only spoke to the other day where they'd ordered like food that was supposed to be vegan, and it had little tiny bits of meat chopped up, very 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 small, and that had been smuggled in there, and it gave this person a very upset stomach, etc. And
I really don't like
unfortunately,
food with surprises. Like,
But
Don't do that.
unfortunately for this person, they've actually died. I mean, when something's classed as vegan on the wrapper, you just assume it doesn't. I mean, the amount of times I've seen products that say plant-based on, and then the ingredients have got eggs and whatever in. Just because it contains plants doesn't mean it's they think they can call it plant-based, which is very, very confusing for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, this is a primary example where they really need to start taking their labeling very seriously when I think if somebody they wouldn't accidentally put nuts in it. If it was labeled nut free, it would probably more than likely, unless it'd be nut free. But it's almost as like, oh, well, what's a bit of milk? These vegans need to get a grip of themselves.
Yeah,
It's just
like that's the
ridiculous.
danger of it, right? Like if you because obviously there's a difference between ethical veganism and allergies and food and dietary needs. But I think it's more comparable to like when you sneak pork into a Muslim's food or something like that and
Mm,
surprise them like that and be mean about it like that. That really sucks, and I think it's offensive and a crappy thing to do. Although it won't kill them, you have really invaded on that person's space, in my opinion, and I think that is a shitty thing to do. But this is the actual result of death. So I think it's really important to, even as ethical vegans, hammer down on the fact that we are serious about this.
definitely. Uh, it's also Pret. It's a terrible name. I
Oh.
mean, Pret's okay by itself as well, but Pret. How do you even pronounce that? Pret a manager?
Prêt à
Manger?
manger. It's
I don't.
French. It means prêt. Oh God, how do I translate that? Manger means eating, but prêt.
It's a terrible name. I
Yeah,
don't care.
it's
It's,
French.
they are successful enough to have separate preparation facilities. That is absolutely true. There's been absolutely no to excuse, and somebody's now paid the ultimate price for it. So let's hope this. I would say there is real no good that come out of somebody dying, but hopefully they do take it a bit more seriously, and none of this occurs in the future.
Mm.
But it's not going to bring obviously that poor woman back or give them back their mother, which is disgusting.
Yeah, that's so
Um,
awful.
it is absolutely. Dave's saying, I only watch vegan YouTubers and will unsubscribe from a channel if they stop being vegan because I don't want to support the animal exploitation industries. Yeah, I mean, I and obviously this isn't related to what we're looking at, but maybe it's something to do with something what somebody said. But yeah, I can see Dave's point there. I mean, I used to follow John Venus, and because he was promoting a plant-based diet. I won't say vegan for him, but plant-based diet. And he was trying to. It looked like he was trying to show the world, how well you can do without eating animals. But then he backtracked, started harming animals, unsubscribed. So it's almost like if I subscribed to a channel because they were doing guitar reviews, but then they switched to reviewing kettles. I'm not gonna stay on that channel because I'm not. Well, I do like kettles, but not enough to subscribe to the channel, So it's yeah, I would as well. Um,
I feel a bit conflicted about that. Like, obviously, perfectly legitimate point. If you don't want to, you're not interested in someone's content, you shouldn't watch them, obviously. But on the other hand, what I've been really trying to do is on Twitter and on other social media pages, I do try to follow or at the very least look at the content of people who disagree with me on certain
okay.
points. And I'm, not just in veganism, but in atheism discussions and stuff like that. Um, I find it really important for me to pop out of my bubble every once in a while and not end up in some sort of circle jerk, So you're actually presented with the points that the other party makes and not just the points that vegans say the other party makes. I
No,
want to hear that firsthand.
yeah,
But
but
sometimes it can be very exhausting. So I
I
don't
know that
blame
that's
you.
that's the problem. I mean, also there could be the thing where if you are watching a particular content creator, and that they were making content that you really were enjoying, it's just too soul destroying and disappointing to carry on watching them once they've slipped down a dark path, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's just too. Well, I wouldn't say crushing because it's not. It doesn't crush me, but it's upsetting to see people go back on their morals and their ethics, basically. So yeah,
And it's fine to, grow out of channels. I've had that with a lot of channels. I've been on YouTube, chronically online for a long time.
yeah, me
So,
too.
as a kid, you watch different types of content, and at some point, creators do something that is just absolutely atrocious. I won't mention any names because that's a whole rabbit hole. But,
Mhm.
at some point, you're just thinking, no, I want nothing to do with this person anymore. Like what they did soured the experience, and, the whole separating the artist from the art doesn't apply anymore.
No, I mean, I love watching YouTube for the most part, and I like watching a lot of vegan channels as well as a lot of other stuff. But I think even I watching vegan channels sometimes struggle to watch every video that maybe even a vegan channel I enjoy making. Apart from mine, everyone should watch every video I ever make. Just because it it, especially if it's a channel where they're showing a lot of footage or it's they're out there, it's just always difficult to watch it over and over again. It just reminds you that the state of the world and how many animals are dying, and it can be a little depressing sometimes. That's why I
Yeah.
try to cheer things up now and again, which I'm
It's
not
not
doing
like
right
you
now
don't
because
know.
I'm bringing the mood down right now. But sometimes I try to keep the mood up there, because I'm thinking, it's a difficult subject, but you got to have some kind of light relief, e- e- even if it's just for a minute.
I have
Um,
separate accounts for like my Level Joy stuff and like my YouTube stuff just to be able to step out of that space for a minute because I do really care about keeping the message, um, strong and loud and clear. So that puts you in a certain path of the algorithm. So I have a separate account for like regular casual viewing of stuff. And
Definitely.
that's maybe something to recommend if to prevent you getting burned out.
Oh, should we have a look at something that's not going to burn us out? Something that's a little bit more of a cheery vegan news. So this was quite good, Joy. Let's have a look. Oh no, can't do that. Can't do that.
Vegan
Yeah,
restaurant named in top burger bucket list spots.
And I mean, I think there is Toby in the chat who is from that neck of the woods. So you might be able to tell us a bit more about this in the chat. But Brighton vegan restaurants, I think there's two of them, have been named on the top burger bucket list spots in the UK. So that's quite impressive. Totally vegan places. Um, yeah. So that's good news. Yeah, and the top 40 restaurants across the UK judged on reviews, and the burger and the venue, and yeah, the vegan burgers were smashing it. So that's it. I love a good vegan burger. I'm not gonna lie. There's a
Me
place
too.
in there's a place in Manchester called V-Rev that make their burgers out of seitan, and they are awesome. I'm not going to say that they're particularly healthy. They're very calorific, but they are absolutely amazing. Toby's asking which ones. Let's just see if they say which restaurants it was. Um, really happy chicken and flour burgers, I think. Yeah, flour burgers and really happy chicken. It was their sticky burger. But yeah, it really. I don't know if the chickens would be happy. I suppose they are because the less of them are getting harmed. But I know I would be happy eating it because it
Really
looks
happy
absolutely
chicken stick.
amazing.
Is that a vegan burger or a regular?
I think the really happy chicken ones are vegan. Yeah, that's one of the restaurants that won it.
Because it looks like an absolute monstrosity, but like a typical, like what the Dutch would call an American burger, like stacking stuff up on stuff up on stuff.
Yeah, let me see if I can get that place near me, which well in Manchester, it's about 30 minutes away, which is called V-Rev. Let's. Oh, I'm spelling it.
Is my fan bothering you, by the way? I have a small fan
Can't
here
hear it
because
at
it's
all, Joy.
unbearable.
Can't
Okay,
hear
good.
it at all.
Oh, good,
So
good, good.
let's go to images and see if there's anything here. So yeah, you can see the sort of the V-Rev burgers here. That they're just as monstrous, even though that's
Fantastic.
not. Like you can look at some of these ones here. That one's wrapped in a donut, which is probably fairly unhealthy. But for anyone who's maybe not watching the health as much or whatever, it's really good to see that some 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 places are really ramping up their the game with their vegan food, to fit in with because people don't want a vegetable burger for the most part that's got mushed up carrots, peas, and whatever and formed into something that looks like a burger. You know, they want a big, juicy, filthy, tasty burger. So,
Nobody eats a burger for health. I mean, I
no,
never do.
definitely not.
So no,
Definitely
I
not.
just do it when I want to barbecue or something like that, and we got a bunch of veggies and other stuff. I just want a vegan burger on that as well, with like a ton of veggies and sauce on it. I love vegan mayonnaise and stuff.
Yeah, Terry's right. Vegetable burgers do suck.
I've tried, like, before I went vegan, I tried vegetarian burgers. Like, they didn't really have vegan burgers, as far as I knew. It was not good. It was kind
No,
of tasteless.
they've got literally no flavor. Garuda's saying he doesn't like vegan burgers. I mean, you're obviously not eating the right vegan burger, Garuda, because there are some that are absolutely disgusting. And to be fair,
Yeah.
when I used to eat meat, there was some meat burgers which are absolutely vile as well. So it really just depends on the restaurant, the chef, and everything else. So yeah, maybe go to a better restaurant next time.
Same with nuggets. Like, that was one thing. That was one thing that I actually found more consistently better once I went vegan, to have nuggets like made of vegan stuff. That
All
was
right, okay.
always a lot better than a lot of the chicken nuggets that I used to eat. They used to taste like cardboard. Like, they're absolutely tasteless.
Yeah, the only way they ever get flavor into like a chicken nugget is to just douse it in salt. That's or dip it in like really like tomato sauce. Oh, sorry, ketchup or I always call it tomato sauce. What do you call it? Ketchup, Joy?
Yeah, ketchup. When you say tomato sauce, I think more of like pasta sauce or something.
Maybe it's because I'm from the north of England, but it's always tomato sauce. And I know some people from down this way also call it red sauce.
Ah,
But
the red. It sounds so
yeah,
ominous when people just refer to stuff like with TikTok and the pink sauce. Like, it sounds so ominous.
Toby's saying I should get my slimming ass down to Brighton. Yeah, I have been wanting to really come to Brighton, so I need to make that happen. I've been asking Toby to make me some of his world famous sourdough that he makes. So that in itself is definitely worth a trip. What are we doing here, Cherie? Cherie's just spamming the screen. It's like, guys, oh my god! Every time she does it, I hear this.
You gotta hurry. Chop, chop, chop. Read. No, like, I know two vegan restaurants in the Netherlands. I'm sure that there's more, but they're both in Amsterdam. And I gotta say, not sponsored or anything, but Vegan Mama so far is my favorite, because
All
they
right,
have
okay.
boozy vegan milkshakes. They're
Boozy. What alcohol have you got in there?
It depends on which one you take. Like, there's several. I forgot. Like, they put different types of rum in it, I believe. But they're good. They are so good. They're the best vegan milkshake I've ever had, except for if I made it myself.
Yeah, my Michael's right there. Shree is a spammer. It's pretty out of order, to be fair. Terry's saying he likes a reggae sauce. Have you ever had that, Joy?
Reggae sauce?
It's
Reggae.
a spicy jerk sauce, which is it was really nice. Have you ever heard of a show called Dragon's Den?
Yes, I know that.
Well,
That's with the, like,
the rich
idols
people.
for inventors, right?
Yeah, so it's the rich people, and then you get people with businesses come along, and they try and pitch something and see if they can get investment. And this guy, I think his name was Levi Roots. I don't think it was his original name. I think his real name was like Kevin or something like that. But he went on there and he sang a little reggae song and sold them his sauce. And now it's a pretty big sauce in the UK, reggae sauce. He did really well. He gave
Nice.
up 50. I think it was like he gave up half the business, but to get the investment. But 50% of millions is better than 100% of nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, a good deal is a good deal, right? I mean,
yeah.
they did make it go viral, I think.
I don't know what vegan gaze is talking about. I used to call it why kick a cow, a moo cow.
Wakikamuka? Is it like a pun, or?
What, Sheree?
Oh, Waikiki Cow Mao.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but reggae sauce is tasty. Sorry, I got to agree with you there. So, the
Is that
other
the
thing that was
famous British humor vegan gaze that I've heard so much about? Is that is that what that
no,
is?
yeah, it's what possibly is, but it's not so famous to be fair.
Actually, me and my dad, we loved stuff like Monty Python and stuff. So
Oh,
I guess
all
that's
right,
the most
okay.
British as you can get. So
Yeah, I mean that's pretty British humor, I would think, or old style British humor. But yeah, we definitely have a strange. When you watch, say, one of our shows like the British Office, like the UK Office, and then you watch the American Office, it's just so different.
I
it
have never seen The Office from either country.
no,
Everybody tells me I have to, but I've never done it yet. Which one do you recommend over the other?
personally, I can't stand the US Office. It's not because of I don't know why it is. Maybe I just the humor doesn't do it for me. I can't say why, but the UK Office, it's only 2 or 3 seasons, but yeah, that's absolutely awesome. If you like British humor, it's Ricky
Okay.
Gervais, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few fragments of that new show that he did. Afterlife. That's the
Yeah,
one, right?
Afterlife, yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
one of those
terrible at watching
shows that's
shows.
either got you laughing or got you crying, isn't it? So that's what Sheree always says.
Mm.
It's got sad moments and happy moments, and he flips between them, plays with your emotions.
Yeah, my mom
Um,
really enjoyed it. She thought it was the funniest thing.
yeah. Let's have a look at a new one, a new story. This one makes me laugh and cry simultaneously, a bit like Afterlife. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, let's make us a bit bigger on here. So yeah, this was somebody who was on a plane flight, and they ordered a vegan meal. So they brought them out a vegan sandwich. Have you seen this one at all, Joy?
No, I haven't seen this. I see it
Okay,
from the
prepare yourself.
Sun, which is like, is that like? I've seen
It,
more
it
articles from the Sun.
it's like a comic almost.
Oh, right.
It's yeah, it's not a particularly serious newspaper, and they do say a lot of nonsense. I assume this story is possibly true, but from the Sun, who knows? But the picture is there. Are you ready? And they are on a plane, and there it is. I think that deserves to go full screen, Joy. Let's have a
Yeah,
look at that.
I
There
bet
we
I'm
go.
willing to bet right now that that bread is not even vegan.
That didn't even go full screen. I don't know what in the world happened there. It's like full screen my backside. Let's go back. Yeah, but yeah, they ordered that. Yeah, you can see the plain wrapper on the lap, and unless they pulled out vegan cheese and thrown it away for comedy effect. I mean, how would you feel if you walked into a restaurant or even on a plane, Joy, and you ordered the vegan sandwich and that arrived? Would you be impressed?
I've had similar vegan specials. Like I went to a restaurant not too long ago. Like I've shown you the sad hot dog, haven't I?
Yeah, that was sad. But to be fair, the sad hot dog thing that you had
It
looked
looked
better than
better.
this.
Yeah, it looked even better than this. I mean, it's hard to beat. And one time I
I
got served a Beyond Burger on a leaf of lettuce. And one time, like a pretty high standing, I always call ahead. I always make sure to call ahead because I know that veganism isn't that popular yet. So um, I got a cauliflower that was still pretty much raw and just kind of fried on one side. Like it was just a quarter of a cauliflower, and that
did
was it.
they call it a cauliflower steak?
I guess.
That's what they normally like to call them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
this is a
I don't mind a
particularly
good cauliflower steak, don't get me wrong,
no,
but
no, I love cauliflower. And I've determined that I don't like it
Ooh.
boiled. It's much better baked in the oven.
The salad, the vegan option salad with no dressing and nothing.
Well, hey, are you all right, Paul? Has he henches here? I went into a restaurant the other day, and I'm trying to be healthy right now, so I ordered the salad option, and it was supposed to have all sorts of great things in. It was like 6, 7, maybe different, items. It came out. They hadn't mentioned anything to me beforehand that some of the items for the salad weren't available. So it came out. It was lettuce, tomato, and onions. That was
Oh,
it. That was
delightful.
all that was in the salad, and it was like, "Really? Where's the cucumber and all the other things that you said that were supposed to be in this?" "Oh, we haven't got it in, sorry." It's like, "Well, thanks for the information." What?
And they hadn't even informed you or anything. They hadn't told
No.
you like, "Hey, sorry, we're just missing a few of the ingredients."
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, "Okay, I'll power through," and I asked them to bring me out some, vegan Cajun sauce that they had on the menu. He said, sorry, we don't have that, so I brought you out this. And he brought me out Cajun powdery, rub that you would rub something with that you were cooking and then place it in the oven. So he brought me a little pot of Cajun spices rub out, which was like, oh, thank you very much. It's very generous of you. You're really taking care of your patrons here.
Rub the salads, just
Oh dear,
be a
it was
man, man.
so
Snort the
good.
powder. That's how you assert dominance in a
Yeah,
vegan restaurant.
that is definitely it. And on a brighter note, after that lame sandwich, for anyone who doesn't know, and it's no secret, my surname is Henderson. And my nickname, whenever I go to work or at school, when I was at school, has always been Hendo. So I was extremely pleased when I realized that there was a company called Hendo's who have bringing out a spicy relish vegan soy and potato snack. I won't be
Huh.
eating these because I'm trying to be healthy and I'm not sure where the fat content is on those. But just having a snack, which I'm going to tell everybody is named after me. And I might buy a few packets and hand them out like they're my own merch.
Nice. That you should
Altogether,
try and get a sponsor deal with them.
yeah, it's only fair, isn't it? I mean, they have
Right?
stolen my name for this, but having a snack called Hendo's it's made my week at least. so, so that was it anyway, Joy. That was a bit of a crazy at the end. I don't think there's any valid reason for showing everyone the Hendo snack, apart from it is just an additional snack and it is named after me.
Mm.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's one of my favorite games machines. So yeah, I actually have a plaque. I think it's upstairs, and it actually says Nintendo on it, and it's in the Nintendo style. It was 3D printed. That's quite funny.
Nice.
Let's come back out of it. Oh, are we too close, Joe? Should we be further apart here? I mean, which one do you like? Do you like that more?
I'm okay with either. Like, I don't know which one is more looks
I
better
don't
on
think it
the.
makes any difference.
I don't
I
think it
don't think it
matters.
makes any difference. So yeah, so I didn't get any more news articles because we're coming up for an hour anyway. Mark, are you going to sue them for copyright theft? I shouldn't I, Dave? You're absolutely right. I mean, they've stolen the name I've had since I first went to school and put it on their snacks. It seems legitimate to sue them.
If that's good grounds to sue somebody, then I have a lot of suing to do. Like,
Yeah, joy. Yeah, you mean just for the word joy?
yeah. No, there's a lot of snack. That was a drink named Joy when I was little, so that was fun. They made a whole
Was
rap
that a
that
joke
kind of
then?
went
Joy,
viral.
that was fun.
Yeah. They kind of made a whole they made a commercial and it went a little bit viral and it was called Joy and they made a whole rap about it. So that was traumatic. And
Did you
a
get a
lot of
lot of
Christmas stuff.
did you get a lot of feedback from your from kids or and people around you at the time singing the song at you all the time?
Yeah. And now that I mention it, I don't know if I can mention this on stream, but for certain
Shh, shh.
activities, like grown human activities, devices are named after me.
All right, okay. I thought, oh, why my mind works weird. I thought that you said that because of this song that was sang about joy and the drink, that whenever you did these human activities, you like to play the song in the background. I don't know why I thought that's what you were going to say.
That'd
I
be a
thought
level
you
of
had
narcissism
I thought you
that
had
I have
some
not
kind
yet
of
achieved.
strange fetish for this song to play during nocturnal activities.
That's a level of narcissism I only ever hope to achieve. Like,
Yeah. It's me. I'm here with my own snack though, so
yeah,
narcissism ahoy.
can't
Um,
beat that.
no, definitely
It's
not.
fun. Uh,
So I think we're heading up for about we've been on about an hour. So if anyone's got any questions they want to pop in there for me or Joy, either about how I'm doing health wise, or if you've got any recommendations for videos that I should make, coming up, and also anything else or anything else you want to discuss, we'll stay on for another couple of minutes. Um, but yeah, it's been nice to see everyone. It's nice to get back in. I was going to say back in the saddle, but there's no vegan way of saying that, is there really? So back in the saddle on my vegan rocking horse. I don't know, but it's nice to be making
on the
videos
vegan
again.
leather
Nice to be
set.
back on YouTube. I don't know. I don't. It was a terrible. Um, Yeah, that was a good point from Michael. What are you up to, Joy?
Oh yeah, actually, I kind of announced this already on Instagram, but my next video is going to be about vulture bees. It was supposed to already
Oh,
be out, but I just went over the footage, and I just don't like the presentation of it just yet. So I think I'm going to redo it, and because it was so incredibly warm out here, as I'm sure it was over there,
yeah,
I
been
was
boiling.
actively passing away in front of the camera. I was like visibly uncomfortable,
All
and
right,
I
okay.
don't want that for my videos. Like no, so I'm gonna re-record that, and let's see. I got my little list here. I had a few ideas. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about bees and temperature and their very important relationship with that.
Hmm.
Bee communication, how they dance to communicate, and what exactly how that works. And I'm going to talk about bees and time awareness and the fact that they can get jet lag. And I'm going to be
All right,
tying all of
okay.
this sort of into veganism about pollination practices because I'm
All right,
kind of
okay.
working up to a
Awesome.
bigger video on that.
Well, that'd be amazing. We can't wait to see that one for sure. So anyone who's not subscribed to Level Joy, go ahead and subscribe to her. It's Level Joy on YouTube. Just type it in the search, and I'm sure she'll pop up. So yeah, I think that's it. So no one's
And I'm
putting
hoping to do
anything
some
in.
music. Just to...
Oh, and I didn't know if you caught at the beginning, Joy, but because I've been a bit preoccupied the last few weeks, I hadn't managed to upload that awesome video you did about BV, the super vegan, and the Mooncat.
Oh, the
I'm
Phoebe song. Yeah. Oh,
I'm
I
get, I'm
almost
get,
forgot about that.
I'm getting that up this week. I'm just doing some crazy editing on it, and it'll be up and about. So watch out for that one as well. I'll send you a message when it's up. But
Please
I
do.
think
I
yeah,
would love to see that.
everyone's been quite quiet in the chat, Joy. So we'll say goodbye. Thanks for everyone for coming. Really appreciate it. As I say, after this video will still be watchable afterwards. So if you want to drop anything in the comments on there to say if you've got any ideas for any upcoming videos from me or anything that you want to say, then that's absolutely fine. Oh, so mindful. So many people here be so. Do you want to pin that, Sheree? I can't see it. Oh, so many people here bee farm, but they don't know how much their bees take away from the wild bees. Bees deserve to be free. That is true.
Yeah, that's the
Bees
difficult part,
deserve to
right?
be free. That's a great thing to end on. See you later,
Exactly.
David. See you later, everyone else. Thanks for coming, and watch out for the videos this